The last 3 times Cleveland's played Toronto and it had a big feel to it, this year, LeBron's taken over the game and they won. And this is something that you can go to therapy about this. This is the reality, is the way, I can't speak for women, this is how most men operate. If you're a comic and you're really good and you travel the country and you sell out theaters, but you go on Johnny Carson in his prime or David Letterman and Jay Leno and you bomb, that will stay with you forever. Even if the next night you get in a plane, go to Santa Monica and crush, go to New York and crush, go to Minneapolis and crush, go to Denver and crush, go to Dallas and crush, go to Atlanta and crush. You bomb on Carson, you bomb on Letterman, you bomb on Leno, that never leaves your head. That is between your ears forever. And it will affect your performance. Not at the small clubs, but it'll affect your brand and your performance when you go back on TV. You've been branded. Clayton Kershaw has the lowest ERA in 100 years. He struggled in the postseason, 7th inning. It affects him. I believe it. Like, LeBron is in their head. He's won 28 of the last 29 games against Toronto and Cleveland. I mean, you might as well call them LeBronto Raptors. And let's just give them a new name. The LeBronto Raptors. This thing, once somebody gets in your head on a big stage, it does not leave. You can go to therapy for years. Like, did you watch what happened in that game 1? Toronto had a double-digit lead in the 3rd, a double-digit lead in the 4th. The coach freaked out. Kyle Lowry freaked out. DeMar DeRozan disappeared. Their best wing shooter couldn't shoot. Like, that is mental more than physical. The last 4 minutes of that game, Toronto missed their last 11 shots. I bet you they didn't lose. I bet you they didn't miss 11 shots in a row to end a game all year long. I don't have it, but I bet it. Against the Cleveland team that's not a great defensive team. You were at home. You were well rested. You had more gas in the tank. Like, LeBron is in their head. You bomb on Letterman, Leno, or Carson, that's in your head, and I don't care how good of a road comic you are. You're never going to get past that. Houston Rockets lost to Utah. Let's not overthink the room. Utah took a bunch of three-pointers and made a lot of them. Houston took a lot of three-pointers and missed most of them. That's your game, and I still believe Houston will win this series. But last night is why I don't believe Houston is ready to win an NBA championship. Because dynasties, and we currently have one in Golden State, have always been built on the ability to do many things well. Golden State, head coach, A+. A system that can lose star players, Steph Curry, and still win games. The system's an A+. Their defense is an A+. Their championship experience is an A+. They do many things well. Houston doesn't shoot. It gets ugly. Coaching, toughness, defense, system, shooting, championship medal. All Golden State better than Houston. This is the difference between Carrot Top and Jon Stewart or David Letterman. Carrot Top is a wildly, wildly successful prop comic. You take away the ski mask, you take away the chapstick, you don't have a joke. Jon Stewart and Letterman could do interviews, could be poignant post 9/11, could do stand-up, could do political. They were wide-ranging comedic talents. There is a difference. Dynasties. The Spurs beat you not just because of Duncan. They had effective guard play. Their international scouting was the best in the NBA. Their head coaching was excellent. They had Bruce Bowen and Duncan defensively, and they dominated the glass. Joe Montana is not the reason the Niners had a dynasty. It was Joe Montana plus the best coach in football at the time, Bill Walsh. They had the greatest perimeter player in the NFL at the time, Jerry Rice. They could run the football. They were physical. They played real defense and had a pass rush. That's why they were a dynasty. It wasn't just Troy Aikman in Dallas. He could go deep to Michael Irvin, or he could hand it to Emmett. They had great safeties, corners, and the best coach at the time, Jimmy Johnson, who was also the best talent evaluator in the NFL perhaps ever. Dynasties are built, legends are built not on the ability to be great at one thing. It's the ability to be great at several. College basketball is really big in March. There's a reason the NFL is king. It's big for 12 months. The draft gets huge ratings. The regular season gets huge ratings. The Pro Bowl, the Super Bowl, the playoffs, the wild card games. College basketball's big for 3 weeks in March. Golden State went 5 for 27 on threes in one of their games against San Antonio and won by 8. Houston last night struggled from three-point land and was basically controlled all night at home by Joe Ingles, who was undrafted. That is the difference. That is why Golden State's a dynasty. You know, Michael Jordan gets all the credit for those Chicago Bulls championships. But their length was incredible. They were the best defensive team in the league. They were the best clutch team. Jordan was the greatest offensive player. Pippen was the league's best Robin to Batman. And Phil Jackson was the best coach. And God, they were tough to beat at home. Houston always feels like, to me, they're a math equation. I love their GM, Daryl Morey. I think they're really, really smart. They're driving this analytics thing. But, man, if they don't hit threes at home, Joe Ingles takes them to the woodshed. I like Houston. I still think they'll beat Utah. But what you're watching at Golden State is all-time stuff. What you're watching with the Rockets is a hell of a math equation and a really good basketball team. That Steph Curry is so secure in who he is. Hey, Coach, you guys are rolling. All come off the bench. Now, Westbrook tells you he's the man. Westbrook projects that he's the man. Westbrook's never going to suggest that. Westbrook won't recruit other players. So the player in the NBA, who's the player that actively recruits other players? LeBron and Steph Curry. Secure enough in their game, they'll go out and recruit other star players. They know who they are. LeBron and Steph know who they are. LeBron's the best player in the league. Curry's the best shooter ever. Westbrook, who projects masculinity, I'm the man, I'm not going to recruit anybody, would never consider suggesting I'll just come off the bench. By the way, this is why I love Donovan Mitchell, the young kid, the rookie. This kid's amazing. If you told me today Westbrook or Donovan Mitchell, you think I'm crazy, all things considered. I'd take Donovan Mitchell next 5 years. First of all, he's a bargain right now. Second of all, he can actually shoot. I like my guards that can shoot. Third of all, he's under complete control with fans, media, on the road, in games. This kid's got 9 years of prime left. Westbrook's probably got 2.5 to 3. One's costing me $29 million, one $2.5. One is a significantly better shooter, and one plays well with others. Did you see Donovan Mitchell last night? Did not shoot particularly well. But it did not unravel his game at all. In the fourth quarter, he still shot. He assisted on many big plays. Because you can tell Donovan Mitchell's outer scoreboard confident, inner scoreboard, oh, I know who I am. Westbrook unraveled during the Utah series when Ricky Rubio had a good game. Okay, what Westbrook projects is the outer scoreboard. The inner scoreboard, little crisis, bad game, and Ricky Rubio is in his head? I love Donovan Mitchell. Even more, I love Steph Curry. I mean, LeBron and Steph Curry are the two guys that are like, why wouldn't I want to go play with other great players? LeBron went to Miami knowing it was D-Wade's city. It was Pat Riley's city. I'll go down there. Steph Curry's like, yeah, KD's a better overall player than me. That's when you're secure, not on the outside, but truly on the inside. You're secure with yourself. I love Steph Curry. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.